friends!
Hello.
My name is Melanie.
And I'm Michael.
And welcome to Uplift Stitches. We are a married couple, and this channel is a place where we talk mostly about cross stitch, but also board games, other crafts, and the things that bring us joy.
Yeah, so today is November 1st, Saturday.
Yeah.
And this is Flosstube number 27.
Yeah.
So um, we usually talk a little bit about our what happened over the last month for those of you who are new. But if you are not really as interested in that, I'm going to skip straight ahead to the crafting and the stitching and stuff. We do have chapters below that you could use. If you are returning and are not new, we welcome back. We are grateful to have you here. And
yeah, it's so nice to see you again. We hope you had the best month that you could. And if you're new, we're just so glad that you decided to stop by today. We hope you enjoy what you see.
Yeah, and so we have a fair bit of stitching this month, I think, to talk about. I mean, I certainly have at least a fair bit.
I have 3 piles.
She has 3 piles. That answers my question. Okay, so yeah, before we get to our stitching and stuff, though, we will talk a little bit about what happened over the last month. Which
we had a busy month.
It was it seems like I always say that, but it always has been a busy month. I guess this time of year is just busy.
Yeah.
So we had somebody's birthday celebration. I don't know who. Yes, so I had multiple birthday celebrations because the very beginning of the month we celebrated with both of our families. So we went to your parents, and I got to go to a pretzel restaurant. Everything was pretzel themed, and
His dreams came true.
Yes, it was so good. I had something called, it was like, let's see, taco chili salad, which I've never had before, but had pretzels along with it. It was good. Just very bizarre. But it was that was a fun weekend. I had a great time, and the food was really good.
Yeah, and then with your family, you played a bunch of games, and you made chili.
I made chili just because I have a recipe that I developed when I was young, and it's still my favorite recipe. So that was that weekend, the very beginning of the month, and then we had some other stuff, fun stuff. As if you hadn't noticed from our shirts, we went to a Stardew Valley concert.
Yeah, we had so much fun. We kind of gave it to one another for our birthdays this year.
Yeah.
So we had a lovely time.
We had a lovely time. The music was, of course, great. If you know Stardew Valley.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the game, the music, like the entire game, was created by one person.
Yes.
Like all of the
music, the art, everything.
Everything was done by one person, and he said it. There was like a little video clip of him at the beginning of the concert, and he said like he never would have imagined that he could hear like his music that he created digitally performed by live orchestra. So it's just so cool to be able to hear that and experience that.
It really was, and this was my favorite event from the game, Dance with the Moonlight Jellies, and it was one of the feature musics for the concert, which made me really excited. So. She has her own unique shirt that she's wearing. She'll talk about later, but so yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a little bit rainy when we drove down, but it was not bad driving back.
Yeah, it was a gloomy day, but really lovely.
Really lovely, and a great concert. So so that was one of it, and then we had another birthday celebration. Well, no, actually, before that, we actually had a D&D day, didn't we? Because we play D&D with a couple of our friends who are hosting. And
it had been a few months since we were last together, so...
Yeah, it had been a few months since we played D&D.
Some of us couldn't remember what happened the previous time.
Yeah, I sent out a newsletter, and I got some things wrong because it had been so long.
It went to my spam box, so I didn't even know you had sent it.
Oh. Yes, I created a newsletter, and I couldn't remember. I didn't take good enough notes, so I couldn't remember everything, and I kind of fudged my way through it.
But it was all right. We figured it out.
We did.
We had a good time playing.
So that was right before the concert, the weekend before, and then
we celebrated Michael's birthday with our friends that we do game days with. Yes. We had a little game day together.
Yeah, we watched the new Naked Gun movie, which I grew up watching those, and the new one was really good. You even got some chuckles out of it.
I did. It was stupid.
It was stupid funny. So, so the game day was fun. We played lots of games, had good food. So yeah, and they gave me a really nice, like a really cozy blanket with Lord of the Rings.
I thought about putting it up and taking it on this quilt, but that didn't happen.
That's okay. We can have it done for another time. Yeah. It's appropriate for any season. So that was a lot of our stuff, but it was a pretty busy month with all that.
Yeah, Michael also had a really busy month at work because it was midterms, and he teaches 8-week classes.
And one semester was ending, another one was beginning.
But the day that happened...
The day that it happened was chaos incarnate because Amazon had the horrible outage, which I know most people are probably aware of, but it affected my university, and nobody was able to get to anything. All the faculty were panicking, the students were panicking. We got emails, And there was literally nothing I could do except say, we're all in the same boat. Calm down. I'm sure they'll push back the deadlines and everything will be okay. And
Mhm.
it was, but some people were still panicking after it came back up.
Mhm.
So it was a bit of a rough week, but
Mhm.
we made.
But grades are in and you're on to your next.
My grades are in. My class, new class that I'm teaching is off to a pretty good start.
Mhm.
It's a little bit smaller than
Mhm.
last semester, and the class I'm taking is getting closer to winding down.
Mhm.
So I only have a couple more projects this week, and then the final project, which is due the end of the semester.
Oh, that's good.
So it's getting close. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's been really crazy at work. But I know we've also, I think we did some zooming this month.
Yeah, I did some Zooming with friends several times throughout the month, and that was really lovely. It's always so exciting just to spend an afternoon hanging out, stitching, chatting with some friends.
Yeah, and I think one of those sometimes has new people, right? On the team.
Yeah, Karen, the Stitching Owl, does these every other Tuesday Zooms that are open for anyone. You just need to contact her so you can check out her videos and um, let her know if you're interested in that. I know she tries to keep the group not too big, but yeah,
But yeah,
if you're interested, let her know.
but I did get to Zoom with her personally.
Yeah,
One
you
on one. We zoomed
did.
with her
Michael's been wanting to hang out with Karen for a while because he's.
because I usually work when they're zooming on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm in the middle of working, so I can wave hi and then I have to
Yeah,
go
so we
back.
found a day that worked, and that was good.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed getting to stitch with Karen. It's always a pleasure. So
Yeah.
so that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that was pretty much our month.
Pretty much. It was
Halloween was quiet for us. We don't get trick-or-treaters.
There's no
here at
trick or
our
treaters out
house.
at our house. It was quiet. I think there was a couple of fireworks next door.
Was there? At a certain point, when Michael went to bed, I put my headphones on and just watched TV with my headphones on. So.
We did watch Garfield Halloween
And the Great Pumpkin.
and the Great Pumpkin, and I was happy and joyful because those are my two favorites of the year. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was quiet. We watched a lot of Flosstube and just had a quiet evening.
Yeah, and now it's November.
And now it's November. It's November, the season to be thankful and to give and help people, and and I think right now everybody there's a lot of people can use some help.
Yeah, I know starting today is going to be hard for a lot of people. I did want to mention I'm going to put a link in the very bottom of our description box. You can scroll past all of the cross stitch information, the game that we're going to talk about, and you'll find a link to findhelp.org. It's a website where you can enter your zip code and then verify you're a human.
Verify you're a human. That's important.
And then it'll connect you with resources in your community that might be helpful to you. And I wanted to mention that because one of the tabs at the top of the website is food, and then one of the tabs on the side, once you've clicked on food, is food pantry. So it can be a way for you to be connected with food that you might need, or someone you love might need, or a way for you to find the food pantries in your community that you can donate to.
Absolutely.
When I heard that SNAP was being shut down, I realized that I had no idea where our local food pantries were, because I'm just privileged enough that that hasn't been a need or a concern for us personally.
But you definitely want to help people, so that made her thinking.
Yeah. When we lost everything in the fire, there were so many people who stepped up and helped us out and made sure that we had food. So we just want to make sure that other people have what they need, and it's such an important time for us to just.
It is. It's okay. It's a hard time for a lot of people right now, unfortunately. And sometimes people are, they're not able to ask for help, but they do need help. And if we could be some of those people that provide help, that's really important. So.
Yeah. So I just want to encourage you to be a helper, to do what you can to help people in your community.
So yeah, we definitely want to, that link is down below. So if you do need it, just scroll past all the cross stitching stuff and that, and just if there's anything we can do, just reach out to us too. I mean, just let us know.
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll pause a second and we'll be right back.
Okay, Monday morning editing, Melanie. I forgot to put this in our notes, but we really wanted to encourage you in the spirit of generosity to also check out our friend Nithya at Uplift Stitchery. She's a fellow Flosstuber, and she's currently doing a fundraiser for Brave Space Alliance. Brave Space Alliance is a Black, trans-led, LGBTQ+ center on the south side of Chicago. I looked at their mission statement, and really they're all about fostering the dignity of each individual who comes in their door through 4 pillars: health, housing, food, and identity. Nithya has a certain fundraising goal that she's trying to meet, and she's also doing a raffle kind of in conjunction with that. So if you make a donation and send your receipt, email your receipt to Nithya, you'll be entered to win some cross-stitching goodies. So if that's something you're interested in, either helping the organization or taking part in Nithya's fundraiser specifically, you can go ahead and check out her video. I will have it linked in the description box below. Thanks, friends.
Okay.
On to the stitching.
Now that we've gotten past some...
We did some stitching.
I
did some stitching.
I did stitching as well. But for those of you who haven't been here before, our order, we usually talk a little bit about fully finished objects first, which I don't think... You have quite a few.
That's 2 of my paddles, man.
Well, I have no fully finished stuff, so I'm going to turn it over to the Melanie show,
Melanie
and I'll be
show.
the audience with you guys.
Okay. I had major FFO energy like 2 weeks ago, so I did it, guys. I finished some things. They're out of the drawer. They're ready to be enjoyed in our home. And one of them, well, this is actually a start, finish, fully finished. It's a staffo? I forget what we're calling it. It is this shirt that I put together for the concert that we went to. I used a pattern called Junimo Trio by our friend Sarah Ann at PocketMamaShop. Let's see if I can.
You can do it.
There we go. So you can see them a little bit closer. I did modify it a little bit. The 3 Junimos were like right next to each other in the pattern. So I just kind of
spread them out a little bit.
So they could go along my collar here.
And she got some compliments at the concert. So
I did. It was very fun. Yeah, so I used 14 count water soluble Aida. And yeah, I just cut strips that were big enough for each of these Junimos, and then I just kind of laid them on my shirt, and I used water soluble adhesive. It's like a spray adhesive for quilt basting, or yeah, quilt basting. And then yeah, I ran it under hot water, and that got rid of everything that was on the outside. Like, I definitely learned that I would trim it much closer to the stitching before I got to that step. But then, yeah, I ran it under hot water until the part on the outside was pretty much dissolved. And then I threw it in the washer, and that got out the part that was behind the stitching.
And you did do like a process video, a little bit of it.
I did a very short clip that I put on Instagram, but it was a story. It might be in a post. So yeah, if you see a post of me wearing this shirt, and you click through the pictures on the post, one video is of me just like rubbing the thing underwater. So yeah, you can kind of see it kind of gets like goopy, and then it just dissolves. Yeah, but once it came out of the washer and dryer, it wasn't stiff anymore. It feels like that's fully dissolved. Yeah, but this is a shirt that has been in the bottom of my drawer because it's got this weird like texture to it, and it does this weird thing with my shoulders. But I thought if I made it cute, maybe I would wear it sometimes.
It is cute. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got this autumnal vibe with the pumpkin and the mushrooms and cute little Junimos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I used the colorful colors and 2 strands.
Good.
And now it's cute.
I mean, you may inspire me to do my own Stardew Valley shirt of some kind.
Oh, that's fun.
I have a lot of Stardew Valley patterns. I mean, I could do something, but I love the shirt. It turned out great.
Yeah, so that was the first obvious.
The first obvious one.
Object.
But
I also have this huge bowl of pillow finishes that I did. There's 10 little pillows in here.
Oop. I'm catching them. Here,
They're all things that I've stitched finished, I think, within the last year or 2. So I'm just going to show them really quickly, and I'm just going to put, I don't know the names of all of them. I'm just going to show them real fast.
Yep.
The names of them will be in the description box. But yeah, they're all just little pillows that I sewed up. Most of them I just did where I left a hole in the bottom and then stitched it up.
I'll have to get some practicing in on my own so I can do some finishes like this, but I've helped you stuff pillows before.
A few of these smaller ones I cut, and then I put a piece of adhesive felt on the back to cover up my hole. Mm-hmm. A few of them got trims. I'm low on trims, so
need to get stack up on trims.
Get some.
Lots of snow friends, you notice.
Lots of snow friends. So those will be all ready for winter and decorating, and yeah, some of these are going to go in the craft room. Some of them will just come out with the snow friends. So
They will find their way all over our house.
So that was fun. I'm very excited that I finished all of those. Got them in the drawer. Out of the drawer.
Out of the drawer.
Out of the drawer. Another thing that I had shown as a finish previously that I've now fully finished is Snack-O-Lantern by Boomerang Stitches, our friend Amity. I stitched this summer with some friends. We did a little stitch along, and then I finished it when we were on vacation. And I knew I wanted to get a little frame. So Michael's had a frame sale this last week. So I found this one. I thought it kind of had a spooky vibe. If I find a different frame that's the same size that I like better, I can just change it and use it for something else. But for now, I think it's cute.
It looks good in that frame.
Yeah. So it's been hanging out in our kitchen. I also finished Trick or Sweep, which is one I did this summer. I think there was a group of people who did 100 Days to Halloween stitch along, and so I stitched this by Flosstube, and I found this again cute little frame at Michael's to fit the little stitching.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's so cute. I also, a project that I had been working on this year is Bump in the Night by Prairie Schooler. This was my halfway to Halloween start back in the spring. That was a sale hosted by Jason X Stitches, and I changed the layout of this pattern, and I left out this Yikes figure, and then I put the rest of them kind of horizontally, and I left off the border, and this is how it looks. Yeah. So I made it just kind of like a leaner. I covered a piece of comic book board with fabric, and then I put a piece of adhesive felt on the back just to cover that up. And then I put this,
I think it looks great.
Like cute orange trim around it.
It turned out really nice.
I stitched this on 18 count Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim, and I used the called for colors. And yeah, I like it. So it's just been leaning in with our
Halloween stuff.
On one of our.
Which sadly will be going away soon.
Oh, don't cry, Michael. It's okay. Yeah, so I ultimately decided, last time I think when I showed this, I was debating whether or not I was going to stitch a border, and I decided not to and just put this cute kind of chunky trim around the outside. I don't know. There's words around here. Another thing that I had shown as a start last time I had just started it was Midnight Pumpkin by Mill Hill. I had purchased this summer, and this was my very first pumpkin birthday sale start for this year. I started on October 1st, and I just enjoyed it so much I couldn't put it down, and then I wanted to get it fully finished so that I could put it with our Halloween decorations, and I did.
You know, she did not do it on the kit.
No, I enjoy doing these larger Mill Hills on fabric, so I stitched this on a 28 count Navy Lugana by Zweigart, and yeah, it's so cute. Pumpkin. And then I put this like chenille trim, and this was one of the ones that I cut a slit in the back, so I made kind of a star with the felt.
It looks nice.
And I had this fun green fabric that I thought went well with all the sky sparkles in this. Yeah, so this has been hanging out, and I just really enjoyed it. I love a Mill Hill.
I like Mill Hill.
And I like a Mill Hill on fabric, yeah, so I like doing these larger ones this way. I also started and finished 2 freebies by Shane and Christine. She shares them on her Instagram, and basically, well, I think she also shares them on Facebook. I don't follow, but I think she has a group on Facebook where she posts them too. Basically, she posts the patterns there, and you can just do a screenshot and then stitch from that. And so I did these cute little ghosties. So these are Beautiful Hat and Floral Chic Ghost. And I stitched both of them on 32 count natural raw linen by Zweigart with the couple of colors. And then I found this, again, little frame at Michael's. Yeah. That fits them just perfectly, and then they can just be together forever. But I think they're so cute. And yeah, they were free and they were fast. I think I did these in one day.
So was that different day we went to Michael's for? We found those?
This was the one that it said that they had in stock, that they did not have in stock, so I went to a different Michael's.
Gotcha. And then you found it there.
I went there. So, hooray.
It's like, I know we went looking and you didn't find any frames.
Yeah. Then I had another start, finish, fully finish. And that was my other pumpkin birthday start for this month, Green Bungalow by Jed X Stitch. This one I started on Laura's actual birthday. I was able to stitch with her in a Zoom with a group of stitchy friends, and I started this in celebration of her birthday, and I could not put it down. I worked on this for 5 days straight and got it finished, and then I had a frame that was the right size, and it was easy peasy finish. And here it is.
That looks really good. I haven't seen that fully finished yet. That looks really good.
I didn't show it to you after I fully finished it the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just put it in this wood frame. I love how it looks. I think it'll fit really well with the rest of our autumn decorations. Yeah, but I used all of the called for colors. I stitched this, I think 1 over 2 on 36 count Pumpkin Pie by Needle Bling Designs. I thought that fabric name was perfect. This fabric is definitely a little bit lighter than what's pictured in the cover, but so this lighter kind of green, the tone of it blends in a little bit, but I don't mind that.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, I love how it looks. This was such a fun stitch.
That's a cute design.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. So happy birthday, Laura.
Happy birthday, Laura.
We hope you have a wonderful year ahead.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed every stitch of this.
All of us October birthday people.
Yeah. So those are my
fully finished objects.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 FFOs.
Wow. That's impressive.
I know.
You definitely were really... I didn't realize how busy you were in here.
I know. Well, Michael's office is like on the other side of the house, and I'm on this side of the house doing whatever I want.
Yes.
There was some fully finishing going on.
Yeah, I'm not doing any kind of stuff in that office. I mean, she does hear me laugh from time to time.
I do.
But it's not about crafty stuff.
Yeah.
Hello. So this is an insert for a trading card that I'm actually going to be sending off here in a minute. So I wanted to make sure I did a short video to kind of showcase it. So this was the trading card I created for the ATC challenge that Laura Stitching by the Shore does. And I did, for the theme of Earth and Fire, I did a little section of the camping lantern that I had previously done just because it fit the theme and I enjoyed stitching on it so much I didn't really want to leave it. So this is what I did. It's kind of a simple finish, but I will probably get a little more adventurous when I have more time next time. So this is getting ready to be sent off, and I'll look forward to seeing what I get this from in return. So, yep, I wanted to make sure I inserted this before I send it off. So, I do have some finishes to talk about.
I have 2 finishes.
I have 2 finishes.
Okay, why don't you go first? Because I've talked for a while.
You've talked for a while and you need some water. Okay. One of these, I know you have the picture because the picture I printed out does not look good.
Here's a picture.
Here's a picture. So this one is called. Oops.
Those aren't your finishes.
Those aren't my finish. Where's my finish?
It's right there.
Oh, the wrong pile. I grabbed the wrong pile. Don't mind me. I'm new here. There's no picture there. So this is
I'll put a different picture there.
Should put a different picture there. Okay, so this is my this was one of my finishes. This is by the Tiny Modernist called San Francisco. I did this kind of as a companion piece for a piece I had finished earlier. My Snoopy with the 49ers and Green Bay helmets, which I think that was the last video I showed it in.
Yeah.
So that's this one by the Tiny Modernist, and I didn't do it on the call for fabric. I didn't cut the fabric either, but this is the this is my finish. It's mostly the call for it, but I did have to adjust a couple of the colors. There's the gray and the green are both different from the call for fabrics. The gray was just one attempt of changing colors, and I found one that looks nice. The green, I think I probably stitched in 5 or 6.
We went through several greens.
Yeah, several greens before I found one that looked good with the rest of the colors. But this one is on 18 count steel Aida by Fiber on a Whim, and is stitched 1 over 1. I can give you the subs if you need to know, but they're just DMCs, so there's nothing fancy. No fancy floss. I did do this for one of the I Spies, so I did it for at least 2 candy corn colors, which is probably the closest I had for candy corn colors.
There's orange and white.
There's orange and white. Candy corn is not one of my favorite. It's actually probably one of my least favorite candies, unfortunately.
Don't talk about it.
I know.
It's one of the main food groups.
I know. So that was one of my finishes. I enjoyed that one a lot. It was a pretty easy stitch once I actually got started. The hardest part was kind of transitioning up through the
You started at the bottom.
I started at the bottom
with the words.
So I moved up on that one. So the other one I did was a start at the Harvest Moon that we attended. I believe
No, that one you did. Did you? I think you started both of them.
I did start both of them that time.
Mm-hmm.
So these are both Harvest Moon starts.
Mm-hmm.
They're also finishes now. So this is Buried in Books by Lola Crow. This one I started when we were watching her talk at the Harvest Moon, and I really like Lola Crow a lot. Her patterns are great, and this was my actual finish. I finished this last night.
Oh.
I think it turned out really nice.
So cute.
So this one I stitched on 20 count Smack the Jellyfish Aida by Live and Die LA, and it is 1/1 with the called fors. I didn't have to change any of the colors. I think it looks really good on this fabric. This is not the called for fabric, but I think it looks nice. So I enjoyed this one. Was a really easy stitch. There's a lot of block stitching in this one. It's not as much confetti, so it was relatively easy to stitch. I love the little cat, the ghostly cat that's kind of watching him. Yeah, and this one this one was not for any of the I Spies this month. So that one turned out really well. I really like the Smack the Jellyfish. It's probably one of my favorite fabrics by Live and Die LA. But those were my two finishes.
My two finishes. My first one was like, do I put it in the finishes or the FFOs? But I decided to put it in the finishes. And that is Merry Friends Towels by Stony Creek Collection. This was one of my 12 Days of Snow Friends starts in 2024.
That was the one I gave you, wasn't it?
And I, for my Whip Go calls, I decided to wait to pick which my second one was going to be because it was one that I had finished, so I could fill in with any project. So I waited until I knew what was going to be called in November and December and decided to pull this out because it's not going to be called until December and I want this finished before December. So this was one of my Whip Go calls for this month then. And I did this one on the bottom that says Merry Christmas. And I stitched this on a shirt and I finished it last night.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yes. So I'll probably be wearing this in the next video.
Okay, I'm excited.
But you can see I haven't washed out the
stuff yet.
Water soluble Aida yet. So I did this on the same 14 count water soluble Aida and I used all the called for colors. The only change I made is that it called for like this little underarm spot to be done in pink, but the shadowing on the rest of the body was gray. So I decided to go with the same gray that was used over here on this arm. And then the hat had like this weird notch thing going on.
Yeah.
And I just cut that out and made it gray so that
it didn't have a notch.
Looks more like a solid band. But it's so cute.
But you did also...
Oh, the other thing that I changed was it was supposed to be like turkey stitching over here, but I was afraid this is something that I'm going to be wearing and need to wash and that. So I just did some back stitch lines with the same color that it called for in the turkey stitching. And I think it gives the, a similar effect with the colors. And then I did a line, like a back stitch line with all those threads also along there. Yeah. Just to kind of hold that in, but I think it gives the effect that it needs for the end of the scarf.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's so cute. I can't wait to wear this. So this week I'll probably, whichever day I do the laundry, and you can see I have started trimming it closer. That's what I was doing late last night when Michael was sleeping.
You make me want to do my apron, but I'm gonna wait until it's...
Yeah, I trimmed it so it's closer so that there's less for me to have to
wash out
ahead of time. But then it was getting late and I was like, I don't want to accidentally cut the shirt.
No, that would be bad.
So it's ready for me to, it'll be FFO next time. I'll be wearing it.
Okay.
And then my other finish is one that I started.
Oh, yeah. I like this one.
I feel like there was a reason I started this.
Because it's a good pattern.
I wanted to start it before the hummingbirds left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I started this in the beginning of September, I think. Whatever day we filmed our September video, that afternoon we went and sat on the back porch and stitched for a little bit. And I started this, and then this became my Zoom piece. So I worked on this like pretty much only when I was stitching with other people online. And then there was one night one of our friends had a stitching prompt to work on your brightest project for his birthday, and so I worked on this. And then this month I finished it.
And there were some other people stitching that one with you, weren't they?
Karen has started it, and right now there is a boomerang bird sale happening. So if you love any of Boomerang Stitches birds and are wanting to stitch those, you can join in. Yeah, but I finished it this month when I was stitching with friends, so that was so fun. Now I have all the memories of all those times hanging out with other stitchers. I stitched this on 20 Count Sea Glass by Mystic Fabrics. It's a really beautiful blue. And I used all the cover colors, and I enjoyed every stitch. And I have a frame that's the right size, but it needs to be painted a different color. It's like a really dark brown. That's not going to work.
No, that wouldn't look good with that.
So I need to figure out what color and get the paint out.
Do some painting.
Do some painting. And this will be fully finished.
Another fully finished.
Excitement.
Okay, is that all of our finishes?
Yeah.
All of our finishes. All right, now we'll move on to starts.
Yes.
Do you have some new starts?
I started 2 things.
I started 2 things.
The other things that I started, I finished.
Yes, I'm not that cool, but but I do have a couple things I was trying to show you before are my starts. They definitely did not look finished. So now you could put the picture that I wanted you to show earlier.
Okay.
Now, because I don't have a good picture of that one, as I was explaining before.
Yeah.
The printer at the time was needed and cleaning, which I got it cleaned. It's pretty.
Everything was green. We printed it out, and everything was green.
Let's see. I think it goes this way. Which way did I start?
Yeah. Is that going to be a problem?
Nope. This is the way.
Okay.
Okay. So, so this one is called Pumpkin Party by Lola Crow. This was one of my pumpkin starts, but you can't tell because it's not that far into it.
Well, it was your birthday start.
It was my birthday start, and then I didn't stitch a whole lot on it because I wasn't sure about the color.
He was second guessing.
I kept second guessing myself, but so I let myself sit and think. I spent time thinking before, like, okay, I'm going to pull it out, or I'm just. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and keep going on this because I think I think I'm going to trust my instinct initially, but. So that means it also is not going to be put away yet, even though it's more of a Halloween with the raccoon.
You
and
love
the pumpkins.
Halloween.
I love Halloween. I mean, I could be, the Pumpkin King, Jack. I would bring Halloween into the Christmas time if I could.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to keep stitching on this for at least for November, possibly December, depending on how much I'm enjoying it. But so that is where I'm going on this. It is on 18 count purple Aida. Didn't really have a name. It was one of the ones we got at Silver Needle. Did not have. I should have asked them for names, but I didn't. I didn't have names on it, so it is stitched 1/1 with the call force. I mean, it's a little dark, but I think it'll look nice, especially when I get the bright oranges and stuff popping on there. So I think they'll look nice. And this was for part of the pumpkin birthday sale. So that is one of my starts.
Yeah, and I think a few other people joined in starting that on your birthday, which is so fun.
I think Jason. I know Jason mentioned.
No, he started a different one.
He started a different
but our friend Heather did start this one.
Oh, that's right. Heather did. That's right.
Yeah, so that's so fun.
So that was one of my 2 starts. The other one is this one here, called Rainy Weather. It's this little Mill Hill kid with this little mouse holding a leaf over to keep himself dry from the rain. This one's a little sentimental for me because this was the first Mill Hill I think I did back when I first started cross stitching, and it was lost in the fire. And I've had.
He mentioned to me a couple times that he wished that he could stitch it again, so I said
she did
I can make that happen.
And she made it happen multiple times because we forgot one of them at one of the moves, and somebody got a free pattern. So this was. I think I'll use this here. So this was where I got to on it. I finished the leaf. I had a leaf started last time, and I finished all of the leaf. So the leaf is actually done. Okay. And I'll be starting on the little mouse next, which will probably be. It might be a finish in November, depending on how much I stitch on it. So because it's not a big pattern, and I enjoy stitching on this one. This is just using the kit and floss from the mill that it comes with, and it's stitched 3/1. I did make a small mistake in switching to the orange colors, but it's a leaf.
Oh, in the leaf.
It's a leaf, and I don't think it matters a whole lot. Honestly, it looks fine because it's a leaf. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm going with it. And this one is for one of the ice buys called a wavy shape, which I think the leaf qualifies. So that one was a lot of fun. That was my other start this month. I got some work on it.
One of my starts was the start I started for Michael's birthday, and that is Sleepy Hollow by Hello from Liz Matthews. I had started this on his birthday last year and did not like how it was looking, so I decided to restart it this year.
You did restart that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So I started this for Michael's birthday, and this is how far I got over the month. Fold it, bring it closer. Yeah. It's looking so good. I'm so much happier with this fabric.
The fabric
than the one I had done really last year. Yeah, and I am at this point much further than I was on that one, so that's exciting. I stitched this on 20 count Celtic Snow by Live and Die LA. 1/1 with all the the recommended DMC. I think it's called for in NPIs, and no, I'm just gonna use a DMC. So I like how it's looking. It's got the spooky feeling that I was hoping for, spooky night. And yeah.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah. I'm enjoying that. The other start that I started was with some friends. They talked me into doing a Yasmin's Made with Love start along one day. And so I will have to insert a picture of my project, but it is Kaleidoscope by Yasmin's Made with Love. And this is how far I got over the month. Because I was focused on the hummingbird and stitching the hummingbird when I was zooming, I only worked on this, I think, 2 times this month, and this is how far I got. But yeah, I'm just using the called for DMC colors, and I'm stitching this on 20 count Antique White Aida by Zweigart. 1/1. I like how it's looking. My friend Karen, the Twitchy Stitcher, is also stitching this with me, and she started in the middle, and she's much further along than I am. She's zipping along on this project. So if you want to see that, she didn't show it in her last video because we hadn't started it yet. But I think by whatever the next video is that she posts, you'll be able to see.
You'll be able to see it, yeah.
But I am enjoying stitching this. I like the kind of geometric that's going on. It has been an easy pick up and stitch project, so I'm enjoying it.
It looks good.
It's looking good. I'm excited. It's happening.
What are you stitching on? Just a white Aida?
Yeah, I already said that.
Okay, sorry, I missed it. I was thinking about stuff. Is that all your whips?
Those are all my starts.
Starts. Moving on to whips. I was thinking ahead. Sorry, I was thinking ahead. So yeah, we'll move on to our whips. Let's see, how many whips do I have?
I only have 2.
I have 6. 6 whips.
Okay.
Do you want me to start then?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have 6 whips. Lots of whips this month. So one of the ones I was working on this month is my Cardinal Forest.
Oh, yeah.
So this one I've been enjoying. It's kind of a wintry one in cardinals, and so I'm making some good progress. It goes this way. So this is where I am on it.
Wow, you did a lot of stitching this month.
I did a fair bit of stitching because, I mean, I finished the trees here. I got the snow kind of coming down. I actually finished a lot of this. I did the pine cones. So yeah, I actually did quite a bit of stitching on it this month. This is just the called for perforated paper with the called for floss that's in the kit, and it's, I think some of this is 3/1, some of it is 2/1, depending on what's called for. So it does alternate. But yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. Making good progress. You can kind of see the outlines of the cardinals kind of here now. I have a little bit more stitching to do on the side here. I think there's like a pine cone here. But then I actually get to start the cardinals, which would be a lot of fun.
Ooh.
So yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying this one. I have a lot of Mill Hill kits. I need to get some stitched. So there is that one. This next one, I think, if you have been here before, you've seen it multiple times. I did bring the pattern, but the pattern didn't print well. It's also was a tragedy of the printer, which is now cleaned. I did take care of it. But this one is my National Parks project. So if you are new here, this is a project I started. When did I start this one? The parks. Was it last year?
No, it was this year.
Was it this year? Was it the beginning of the year, maybe?
Yeah.
In January? Probably around there.
January, February, yeah.
So we love visiting parks, national parks, and I was not only looking for that, I was looking for a way to support the parks because they're going through a rough time, just like a lot of us. You know, So I wanted to find a way to support the parks and kind of find a way to track all the parks we've been to and give us something to shoot for as well. So I started stitching. This is the full. I think this is a full line's worth. So that's. I think I'm going to start moving downward after this. There are 63 of these patterns. The first 6 you see here are ones I've already finished. The one I worked on is the one incomplete one, which is called what is the one? Big Bend. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little.
No, it's Black Canyon. I think.
Oh, this is Black Canyon.
I
didn't update that. Yeah, the last one. That one needs to be. That's 2 ago. This is Black Canyon, as Mel said. So that is. I finished I got the frame all the way done, and I got the sky started. So you can. I'll kind of zoom past some of the other ones if you haven't been here before, so you can kind of see what they look like. But I enjoy these a lot. These are a lot of fun, and as you can see on this one here, this is what my ultimate goal is. As we visit the different parks, I'm going to add this little green frame, and I put the month and the year that we visited them on. So right now there's only one because there's only one of these we visited. Though there's a couple that we could probably make. I certainly think the Biscayan one we could probably get to at some point. But this is the one I'm working on now, and this is the actual pattern is called 63 U.S. National Parks. It's by Stitch and Madness, which is on Etsy. It's still available if you're interested. It's a Stitch for the Wild Park Sal. It's the Sal I'm actually started in January. So if you want, it doesn't have to be this patterns. It could be any kind of park or even nature that kind of park inspired to help support our parks. And I'm doing this one on 20 count. I think it was called Slate possibly, but I have a tag on here that says Slate, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't think
it was another one from the Silver Needle.
It was another one from the Silver Needle, but it's 20 count. I know that, and we got this one from the Needlework Galleria, and I'm just doing it 1/1, and it's the call for DMCs. This one is also for the I Spy. It starts with B. So Black Canyon. So yeah, that is my parks one. It's looking really good. I think I'm making steady progress on it. I still have a lot to go. That's number 7 out of 63. So quite a few more still to stitch on that one. Let's see, do another one probably, and then have a new one. Okay, this one I kind of got sort of talked into this a little bit by Laura Stitching by the Shore, or maybe it's inspired, I guess is probably more the right word, because she was doing a Gnome Along.
And Katie.
And Katie. They were doing a Gnome Along sale, and I never thought I was stitching gnome. I know that there's a sale going on for a goose, but I never thought I was stitching gnome, and I found this one, which is Gandalf, a Gandalf pattern, Gandalf Gnome PK by X Stitch Heroes, which is on Etsy. And I was like, well, that one I could probably do. So I went ahead and got the stuff together and have been doing it for the Gnome Along sale. So this is where I am now. I made some progress on it, and I think it got at least a couple days, maybe 3 days possibly. This is on 20 count Sea Glass Aida by Mystic Fabrics. And I'm just doing it 1/1 with the call fors. And I think I got his nose started, and I think I finished the staff. Is where I am now. So once I get the nose stitch in, I'll be able to start working on his beard, and maybe finish his head. His head actually goes a little bit over further this direction, I think. So it's been a lot of fun to stitch. The beard should be a lot interesting to stitch because there's a lot of very close whitish colors. So that one may be a little trickier, but this one has been a lot of fun. This one I don't think I did for any of the. Oh yes, I did do for the I Spy. No more than 10 motifs, which there is no more than 10 motifs on here. I think that qualifies for the I Spy. So that was my 3rd whip that I worked on.
Okay. One of my whips that I worked on was one of my whip go calls, which I mentioned before, but I'll show you what my board is looking like. So I've been calling whip go whip snow, and every project on here is a different snow friend because I do start 12 snow friends every year in December. And this month I did, well, the one that I showed you, my shirt, which was whichever one is crossed off, this one over here. It had been paisley, which is now a fill-in project, and I didn't want to save that for trips and stuff. So I worked on that instead. And then this one, which is Snowman Sentinel Welcome by Stony Creek Collection. This one I started...
That's a big one, isn't it?
January 1st, 2023. It is my largest and oldest Snow Friend whip. So I was excited to get 2 more nights in on that. And this is how it's looking. Ooh. So the first night that I worked on this, I worked on the broom handle. So I did all of that the first night. And then the second night I decided to fill in some more of the white. So I didn't have all of this on the body, kind of filled in around the birdhouse. I had already done the birdhouse, I think last year. So I worked on filling that white in so that it's down to the point where I can do the mittens next time. I had thought about doing the mittens, but it was going to be a lot of color changes, and it was going to be hard to count to this one. So now that I have all that white filled in and the broom handle in, it'll be easy for me to get to the mittens next time I pull this out. Sometime probably next year. So that's exciting.
Yeah. It's making progress.
It's looking good.
How close are you estimated wise? Do you think you're about halfway?
I think I'm about halfway because I'm cutting off the this whole part at the bottom.
You're just going to round him out.
I think I'm going to round him out, or I'm just going to do this checkerboard thing. I'm going to get to here and see how much room I have left on the fabric. I did this on a fat 1/8, so I knew that the whole thing wasn't going to fit, but I really liked the color of it. I knew it was going to look good on it, which it does. I really like the way that it looks on this fabric. Really this is 36 count Pampas Grass by Color and Cotton, and I'm stitching 1/1 with the called for colors. So I'm going to get down to there and then see how much room I have left. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm halfway. I'm not sure.
You look roughly halfway. That's what I was asking.
So that was one of my projects. The other whip that I worked on this month was one that I started last month with some friends. That's Autumn Drizzle by Pigeon Coop, Max Pigeon Coop Designs. He's got the book. It's from this book, Cross Stitch the Forest. Do you need to keep the page? Okay. Here it is, Autumn Drizzle. Some of my Flosstube friends talked me into starting this with them, and I very happily did. So when I showed this to you last month, I had completed the mountain portion of it, and this month there was one day I needed a little bit easier project, so I worked on filling in the river. And then there was another evening I sort of finished one thing and needed to work on something else, so I started this one little tree. Yeah, so I'll continue working on this month. I am stitching this on 18 count stone by Fiber on a Whim. It's a really light kind of bluish gray, and I like the way that it's looking in here.
Looks great. Yeah,
I'm using the called for colors, and yeah, I'll continue working on this and get more of those autumn colors in while they're still here.
Yeah, wow, still autumn.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's a good segue into my next one, which is also in this book. It's called Passing Time. I've been working on this one for each year. Let's see if I can kind of. Oh, there we go, sort of. So the one I've been working on is called Autumn, which is, I believe, this one here. The other 3 I already finished. And I'm just doing this on a 20 count black Aida. So it's looking pretty good. This was I had a tiny bit of a start on it, but I made some more progress on it. This will probably end up being a focus of my next month and try to finish this one out probably. But this one is on, like I said, 20 count black Aida, and it's just 1/1, and it is for the Ice by Black. I think it qualifies. So yeah, it's looking good. I'll make some more progress on it this month, and like I said, this may also be a finish this month potentially. So, which will be a fully finish for that pattern.
Yay!
So that one's been a lot of fun. This was one of the ones I was most excited to start this fall. So this one, I'm sure I know you've seen by a number of people, especially Andrew, the Run Stitcher's also working on this one. He's further along than I am. I think he started last year. And so this is Halloween Quaker by Leela Studio. I've been wanting to start this one for a long time. Mel got it for me and kind of kitted up. Was it last year?
Yeah, for Christmas.
And this is what took the place of my Autumn Town, and I handed Autumn Town to you. Because I had that kitted up, I was like, well, I could start it this year, and then when I got that, I was like, okay, that's what I'm doing. So she got me all the kits, the fancy floss for it, and this is where I am. made some decent progress on it. Let's see. I think it looks like this. I can never tell. Should I put white or black? Probably white. So this is. This is where I am right now on it. I started up in the corner here. This is on 20 count chinchilla Aida by Mystic Fabrics. And I'm just doing a 1/1 with a call for fancy floss that she got me, which I think is mostly with classic color works. So it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. I'm obviously working on this there's a little flower Quaker motif there. Just been kind of starting at the top and I've been working my way down. I think Andrew started across and then is going down now. But I've been enjoying this one a lot. It's as much fun as I thought it was going to be.
And this has become your new whip into shape piece?
This has been my new whip into shape. I think I have a little bit more stitching tonight before I'm caught up and ready to stitch on it tomorrow while he's racing. Because Andrew is racing and there's marathon tomorrow. And I'll be stitching along to support him tomorrow. So if you're inclined to do so.
Well, you won't be seeing this until Monday. Yeah. I won't get this uploaded till Monday.
Well, just know that I did stitch. I did stitch along with on this to Andrew. My message will come on deaf ears because you already have either listened or watched, supported him, or you've been busy that day or whatever. So, but I will be stitching on that for him. So this has been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying this one a lot. I think the fabric choice will work out really nicely. So that was one of the ones I was most excited to start this year. This other one was almost an abandoned type sal that could have been stitched on. I stitched a tiny bit on this for that abandoned sal. But this one is called, it's the burrow tail sal that has been going since the beginning of the year. And I got really behind.
I don't think it was that long ago.
I think it was pretty close to the beginning of the year.
I thought it was like springtime.
Was it springtime? I thought it was the beginning of the year. Maybe I could be wrong. But I decided to do a conversion. So these are the colors I used. They are colored cottons. One, glow stick, snowflake, and I think stardust was the green color. So they got some nice variations to them. You can see the green if I brought it up to the front. They have some nice kind of variations. And I've been stitching this one on 20 count the deep Aida by Live and Die LA. And it's been a little bit trickier fabric to stitch on, which I didn't think it would be. But the holes are not quite as easy to see as some of the other fabrics by Live and Die LA. So it's been a little bit trickier. So I had set it down in favor of other projects that were easier at times. And then the abandoned sal helped me get started again. And then I just decided I would wait until Sal actually released the last one so I could not be under the pressure to try to catch up, but there's no way I was going to catch up. I was so far behind. So I finished the owl, and then I had the book, and then I stitched in the colors. So you can see the hand of the greens. I can go in closer so you can see a little bit better. And then I started page 2. So I'm on page 2 now, which is this side of the tree. It's page 2 where there's going to be a little squirrel. So I did this also for the I Spy. I used it for a scary animal because there are some bats and some things that could be considered maybe scary. And also something that's tricky to stitch because the fabric has been a little bit trickier than I anticipated to stitch on. It's by Quaternion, if you're not familiar with the Burrowtail Sal. And I'm just doing 1/1 with, of course, the colored cotton. So it's been fun to pick it up again, and I'm starting to get more into it. So I anticipate this one being also one of the pieces I stitch on this month as well. So I think that is my last whip.
Okay.
Wow. So all of our whips are done.
Hooray.
Well, done. They're not done. There's the be finished objects. So now we usually like to move into like stitching kindness, which I have some stitching kindness. I think you do as well. So who would you like? Would you like to start? Or you want me to start?
I can start. So my mom did pass a pattern to us that she had finished this year. She fully finished these. It's Autumn Littles by Waxing Moon Designs. They're these cute, like little woodland creatures doing autumny things. And she had made them into pillows, and they're all over my parents' house with their autumn decorations, and they're so cute. So she passed these to us to see if we wanted to stitch them, which I think we will. Yeah. We might split them up and each do 3. That might be
that could be how
the way we do it. Or one of us will just stitch them all. So that was very sweet. Also, yes, Karen, the Great Pumpkin did come.
The Great Pumpkin did come.
And we had a little gift basket from my parents with some treats. And my mom had made us this cute little pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
It is great. It fit right in with our Halloween stuff.
Pumpkin. Get it? So she made this cute little pillow, this cute little Halloween fabric. I know this is a Prairie Schooler. I'm not sure the number of the pattern, but so this has been hanging out with our Halloween decorations. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yeah, so the Great Pumpkin did visit us.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other stuff do I have here?
You had some birthday.
I had some birthday
stitching
stuff
that I gave you.
that you gave me. Was that part of it? Or
no.
I thought that was separate. Okay. So one of the things she got me for my birthday, pardon the crinkling, but these were, this was one of her surprise visits to Color and Cotton. She got me a few different ones. So this one is Bordeaux, which is like a nice red. They're the 20 count. She knows I like 20 counts, so I think they're all 20 counts. Guacamole, which is a nice little green. And Spellbound, which like a brownish.
Like a brownish gray.
Brownish gray. And another Spellbound.
One is light and
one is light and one is dark.
One is dark and one is medium.
This one's like a medium, the other one's like a darker. So I'm sure I will get. I don't know what projects I'll stitch on, but I'm sure I'll stitch.
They look like Michael colors.
And this is a pattern I've talked about for a while, and she already had it when I was like, I really wish I had gotten it.
We talked about it a couple times in our last video, and I was like, it's all wrapped up.
And I went looking in the Harvest Moon for it, and it wasn't there, and I was so disappointed. And
happy birthday!
And suddenly there it was, Lola Crow's Murder in the Pumpkin Patch, which really goes pretty nicely with the other pumpkin one I had, the pumpkin moonlight pumpkin carving. I don't know that I'll start it this year because. Well, I could start this because Halloween's in the time of year, but but I don't know if I will or not. But I really like this one a lot. I love the little pumpkins and the crows and the little skeleton who's relaxing under the tree. Yeah, it's just a great pattern, and I will look forward to stitching this one as well. And then this one I had was this one.
We could talk about that in other crafts.
Oh yeah, that's other crafts. So that's all my stitching kindnesses.
We also wanted to give a special shout out. Well, first of all, thank you to all of our friends that we've spent time with this month. It's just been such a joy to just to stitch with people.
It has been. It's been a true joy. But we did want to give us, like you said, a special shout out to someone in particular that I certainly I gravitated to as soon as I saw the little the screenshot that
the thumbnail had board games.
It had board games, so I was there right away. And then I heard her talk about her patterns, and this last time she talked about the games, and I was like, okay, so this is not only was it automatic subscribe, I was like, okay, I have to mention this person because this was just so much fun to watch her. This is Britta's Always Crafting, which I think she's been mentioned by a number of other people, but I was really excited. She mentioned some Stitcher, the Witchy Stitcher, which is one of my favorite designers as well. The Frying Frog stitching, which I have a pattern of I need to start at some point, probably this winter. And the Flossy Fox Shop, which has a number of patterns that I've been debating which one I want to be first. The Frost Dragon one might be. I don't know. But of course, there's the boarding card games that she has.
In her most recent video, she talked about Wingspan, and we were both just like, that's our most played game.
That's our most played game.
Get it? We totally get it.
Yes. So, I wanted to give her a shout out because she's she's only got a couple videos out now, and just try to go over and give her some love if you haven't seen her yet. Give her a subscribe. She's a great channel.
Yeah, we enjoyed her first few videos.
So we will be looking forward to many more, and just thank you for joining our community, Britta. We love watching your videos. So. But I think that's all of our stitching kindnesses. Do we have any purchases / project enhancements?
The only purchase I made was some DMC when I went to Michael's. I got a couple colors we needed.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think I purchased anything this month. Or did? Oh, I did. That's right, because we went antiquing. And you found this, and I was like, well, I can't.
I had a doctor's appointment, and Michael went along with me, and then we went
to barbecue, and then
we went to a few thrift shops, the antique mall, and one of the booths had a little bit of cross stitching in a basket, and we were looking through the basket, and I was like,
And she's like,
I just handed it.
She just handed it to me, and I was like, okay, I'm buying this because as soon as you see, you'll know why I bought it because it's Garfield. And this one on the cover is probably the first one I will stitch. Big fat hairy deal. It's actually from one of his episodes. I think that.
Well, it's probably in the comics.
It's in the comics. It was also in one of the cartoons. I think it's the one where he goes on a vacation.
It's the Christmas one.
Is that the Christmas one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it is the Christmas one. That's right. Which we'll be watching soon. But there's just so many fun patterns in this one. How could I not buy this? I mean, like, seriously. The I hate Mondays will be stitched for work because then I can display that. I mean, it's a great book. So I have one other Garfield book that I bought.
Yeah, it was a Christmas one.
A Christmas one, and then there's this one. So maybe I'll have to do a Garfield South if anybody's interested in joining me on. And it has a pattern. I don't know how popular they were, but that was my one purchase. I was like, oh, I can't not purchase it. So, yep. Oh, I guess I should say what it actually is called. It's called Garfield Crosses Your Path by Mill Craft Incorporated. It's from 1978, so it's a pretty old one.
Mm-hmm.
So, great find. Thank you, honey. Mm-hmm. So that was all my purchases. Mm-hmm. Stitching plans. Mm-hmm. You have some stitching plans you want to talk about? Or
yeah, I can talk about my plans. So the first one is going to be WhipGo, which I've been keeping up with this year. So the numbers for this month were 3 and 22, which are both projects. So now I know that December, all 3 numbers are ones that I can choose whatever I want. Because 2 of them are projects that I finished. 1 and 13 are both projects that I finished. And then my 25 was a free that I could do whatever. So all 3 of them are whatever I want. So I'm going to try to get that done like the first 6 days of the month. Just work 2 days on each of whatever I want, and then I will have a 60-day to WhipGo. But the numbers for November, one of them is Give Greatly by Silver Creek Samplers.
Oh, yeah.
I started this in 2023, December 2023, and everything's falling. This is where I'm at on this project, so I need to decide Snowman, Bunny, what I'm going to work on, but I will spend 2 nights on this. And then the other one that was called for November is Snow Day by Cherry Blossoms Quilting. Or Cherry Blossoms.
Cherry Blossoms, yeah.
And I started this 2024, December 2024. This is how far I am. So I have a lot of different directions I could take this. So we'll see what I do. But I will spend at least 2 nights on this in this month. I also have a couple of starts planned. So I'm definitely, we're going to be taking a little anniversary trip next weekend, and I'm going to be starting Mistletoe Couple Gnomes by Mill Hill. Because I think this will be an easy travel piece. So I'll start that. At some point, I'll probably start Autumn Splendor by Bernard Gervais. Because I like this and I'd like to get it with the autumn things.
The pile is
precarious. And another thing I'm going to be starting, so I'm going to be doing November. That's why. The bird.
November.
Okay, that's part of it. November. So I'm going to look through all of my whips that have birds and try to work on either all of them. I might try to spend like 1 or 2 nights on all of my whips with birds. And then I look through bird patterns that I have, and I definitely would like to start that one. And another one that I'd like to start probably Thanksgiving weekend is Holiday Glow by Satsuma Street. I was going to start this for our friend Eli's birthday when he did the brightest fabric piece, but the fabric that I have is from a dyer that I no longer support. So I need to find a new piece of fabric for this and then stitch it because it's been calling to me for a month. So probably, yeah, I'm thinking Thanksgiving weekend because sometimes we watch Christmas movies that weekend.
I'm sure we will watch Christmas movies.
And I'll be in the holiday mood.
She's already been ready for Christmas.
And then, as I said, I'm going to look through my bird whips and see what I've got going on, if I can work on all of those or some of those and get some more progress on my birds. And then Andrew, as Michael said, running the marathon tomorrow. There was a project that I had picked to do as my whip into shape, but that I never actually did. So I might pull that out and work on that while Andrew's running.
Yeah.
I might not. We'll see what I feel like doing when I wake up tomorrow. But I would like to work on that piece because it does have birds on it. So at some point in November, I'll work on it. And then my other note that I have given to myself is Stitch for Pride 2025. I was able to learn about one figure, but I'm still 6 figures behind. So I'm going to
make some progress this month.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to kind of set aside maybe a day of the week or... Yeah. It's easy for me to do the audio...
The audio portion of it.
Learning components, but having the time to read, because Dee has a really nice mixture of all different kinds of
resources.
And I really like taking as many of them in as I can. I usually just follow the list of what he's recommended. I'll read the article, I'll listen to the podcast, I'll watch the video, I'll read the article. I just kind of do it in the order that he did because it does kind of have a nice flow. He's definitely thought it out really well and putting it together. So I like following the flow of what he's organized. But the next figure that I have to learn about had more reading than audio things. So I needed a day this week to do that, and I did not have that. So I'm hoping I will in November, and I'll be able to catch up a little bit more.
Yeah.
We'll find out. No one has talked me into Stitch Along for this month yet.
Yes. That could happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, for my plans, I mean, some of the things, I mean, I mentioned a couple of things I'm going to be working on. Probably Passing Time will be finished, Burrow Tales. I'm going to try to finish the park as well. I like to do. I'd like to get that one done this month. But I have some other things that I'm going to be working on. So I know one of the ones I'm going to be starting for our anniversary trip this one's called Birds of a Weather by Sprouting Lupine. And it is a temperature chart. So because I wanted to do that next year, I was going to try to do it this year, and I just didn't have time at the early part of the night. It's just way too far behind. So I want to get the frame started on that, which it's like I don't know if you can even see it on here, probably sort of. There's these gray trees that go along, and then you'll stitch the black outlines for the birds, and then throughout the year you'll be putting the colors in that go on there. So that is the one I chose to do for next year, and that'll be a start for anniversary. I think I'll start on the framework. There's a lot
to get the frame ready.
Try to get the frame ready because there's a lot of frame, and I'd like to not have to stitch the frame while also trying to do the colors because that'll be a little harder. And then I have this other one that I was going to try to get ready. I don't know if it'll be a start this month or not, but I want to at least finish getting it kitted up. This one is called, let's see, Seasonal Tree of Life. It's my Yggdrasil. I was inspired by Katie, Jeremiah's mom, to when I found this pattern, I was like, okay, it's not exactly the Yggdrasil she has. Hers is really a pretty amazing pattern, but this kind of fits the vibe of the Yggdrasil tree, and it's got the 4 seasons, so I could start at any season. I don't know if I'll end up starting winter or fall, or if I'll start in the top. But I want to finish getting it kitted up so I can start it whenever. It may be a New Year's start. Katie, if you're joining, I know she got the pattern. So I did finally figure out I'm going to use just a 18 count white Aida gridded fabric to help with it's like a full coverage basically. So that'll help me be able to count. So there's a lot of confetti in this one. So that's what it looks like. It should be a lot of fun to stitch, I think. So that is the other part of my plans. I want to finish getting that kitted up even if I don't start it this month. I'm sure I'll probably have another start or two this month at some point. I'm down to 18 whips, I think now that I have those 2 finished. Or 19. No, 18 whips. Somewhere around 18 or 19. I'm going to try to hover around 20 is where my whip count is comfortable. So I have a pattern or 2 I want to get kitted up and ready for the Jingle Ball because we will probably attend that. If you're going to attend, we probably will attend that for sure. Which is the first part of December. So, and then the other thing I need to really finish up and get recorded this month is I need to finish up the website that will accompany my RPG character challenge that I'm going to be sponsoring next year. The spreadsheet is all finished that's being used. It's on a Google Sheets, which I'm going to be releasing a Flosstube extra to talk about it. Go through the sheet, how it works. It's pretty much automated. It's really just entering some numbers, and it'll do most everything else for you. but I'll talk about how that works. This one here is based around D&D, but I have ideas for ways of improving the spreadsheet, but also for possibly some other tabletop systems. I know somebody had mentioned me Deadlands
Mm-hmm.
on our
Yeah, they asked if it would be compatible with that.
which it's not quite because it's Deadlands uses slightly different types of setups, so it would be hard. It would be harder to convert it, but I might do that for a future one. If there's any other systems people are interested in, I could possibly do because I'm familiar with a lot of different systems. So, but I'm making a website that kind of accompanies it. It started really just to accompany the challenge, and then it kind of morphed into, well, I could also put some of my conversions on there or other styles I've done or might do in the future. So it's kind of more of a catch-all website. I got a good start on it. I just have to finish filling out some of the information about some of the challenges and whatnot. If you want to put anything of your information, you could on your styles or conversions that you think people might be interested in. So I might probably talk about that in the Flosstube Extra as well, the website, just to give you an idea. That'll be a link we can probably share at the bottom of our channel as well. So that's something I do want to get done this month because I want to get the video out. I'm going to aim to release the actual challenge materials and all that in December so people can start getting it and get themselves ready if they want to do it. So that is one of the bigger plans that I have to do because I'll have to find time to record that in all my free time in November.
You'll find time. We'll make time.
So those are my plans. I'm sure there other stuff will pop up. I know, like I said, I have my start for the anniversary trip. I'm sure I'll stitch something new probably in Thanksgiving time ish. So I think that's it for as far as my plans go.
That's it for the cross stitching.
That's it for the cross stitching. So if you're not really interested in other crafts and you want to go to our board games or just here for that and are going to be leaving us, we appreciate you. If you are new and you liked what you saw, please do subscribe and hit like because that does help us. And if you are a returning subscriber, we thank you for being with us for this part. Hope you have a good month and enjoy doing the things you love with the people you love, please, because that's important, especially this time of year. And we will move on to our next segment, which is other crafts.
Yeah, we each tried a new craft this month.
We did. We both tried new crafts. I've started something that may end up becoming a new hobby for me.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I wasn't sure. Do you want me to start, I guess? Or
you can start.
Because something I've been debating for a while. Some of my coworkers were into crocheting, and we're talking all about it and talking about woobles, and
they have one meeting a week where they just talk about their other hobbies.
Yeah, we have one meeting a week where we talk about because it's kind of a way to kind of de-stress from some of the stuff, and so she was talking all about these woobles and different kits they have, and so I was looking on the website, and then I was like, oh, look at all these different ones that are really themed that I like.
They kept telling me about it, and I was like,
She saw my gears turning.
Your birthday is coming.
And birthday was coming, so before I actually purchased something, she got me one of the wooble kits. I don't know if you're familiar with the wooble kits. Most people have at least heard of them because their advertisements are everywhere, especially now for me. This is the one she got me. It's the Peanut Snoopy. It's a beginner plus kit, which works really fine for me because I am a beginner. I don't know if I'm a plus yet, but I'm certainly a beginner because I've never crocheted before. But it's got it's got all the different. I don't have everything, but it's got a lot of the stuff kind of inside there. But it starts with this little ball of yarn, and it comes with wonderful little handy thing, which it's not that exciting for if you've been crocheting for a while, but I have made some progress on mine. So
Michael!
It's I'm sure there are lots of mistakes and things I've learned along the way, especially with the tension. It was a little tight earlier on, so I don't know if that's quite as big as it should be, but I had a really good time. But I got a little app that I've downloaded for it called Pocket Crochet, which has helped me with the counting a lot. And I think I've got the basic techniques pretty well. You can see it's been stuffed. So I'm working my way through. The tutorials are really nice. If you've never crocheted before, they do a nice job of teaching you, which I had not. So this one may end up being a finish by the end of November because I stitch out a little each morning, just go through the tutorials. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So this is my progress so far. It was a start this month. and I've enjoyed it a lot. So I didn't know if I would or not, but I have. And my coworker and I are probably going to be doing a Wooble exchange for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have another Wooble to start as well. So that was my new craft and probably a new hobby because I've started looking at yarns and local yarn crochet type shops.
He's ready for crochet.
I might be so there. That's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
What was your new craft?
My new craft is.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember this?
I do remember this.
Frosty gave this to me belatedly. Yeah. And yeah, I was like, well, if I start that now, maybe I could get it done by December.
Yeah.
I've never done one of these kits before, so I watched a couple videos. Calico Whimsy had a very good one, going through like a bunch of different information about how to do one of these kits. Also, our friend Garrett, the Coffee Stitcher, had a good video talking about how he prepares his kits. So I appreciate both of those very much. And then I gave myself a pep talk and I started it. So this is how far I am on the advent calendar.
She's making progress.
The very first step was all of these sequins. So I think I got that down. I think I figured that out. I think they look pretty good.
I think so.
And then I applicate on this little, I don't know, that was step 2. And then step 3 was satin stitching on the first Snow Friend's face. So I got one rosy chicken and I started the other.
It's looking good. It's cute.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it.
New hobby?
Yeah. So we'll see how far I get, if I can get this done before December comes or not. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying trying something different.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I remember Frosty bringing that for you.
Yeah. So that was our fun other crafts.
Our fun other crafts we did this month. I don't think you did any sewing or anything this month. So.
I was wanting to. I was going to try to make like an autumn, like a little wall thing for over here. But the only autumn half fabric I have is a charm pack. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. So
there's always next month.
Yeah.
So that is it for all of our crafting stuff, I think, this month.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be getting ready to move on to board games. Mm-hmm. If you've not been here before, we do like to talk about the board games we played over the whole month, and we usually then limit it to the talk in depth about games we played more than 4 times. Mm-hmm. But we will get ready to transition to that, so give us a moment, and we will be right back.
Yep.
All right, ready? Okay. All right. Well, we are back. We are ready for talking about our board games over the last month.
Yeah.
Did we have a lot of gaming this month?
We did some gaming.
Okay. What did we play this month?
We played... Okay. I'm bringing it up. So, for Michael's birthday, with his family, we played a bunch of games that day. We played one game each of Ghost Blitz. We played Double Yahtzee, Hues and Cues, Ghost Chase, and It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
It is the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Michael won almost all of those games.
I actually did win most of those games. But Yahtzee was crazy. Like, I started the game with the Yahtzee.
The very first turn.
And I finished the game with the Yahtzee.
Because we play Double Yahtzee, so you do 2...
Yeah, you do 2 columns. You do 2 columns.
Yeah.
And it's never happened to me. I've got... started and ended with the Yahtzee. I had 2 Yahtzees. Like,
it was amazing.
Yeah, it never happened.
We weren't even mad.
Like I said, it's never happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm usually not lucky at Yahtzee.
When we celebrated Michael's birthday with my parents, we played Hues and Cues, all together, the 4 of us. And then with my dad, over the course of the month, we played 2 games of Can't Stop, 2 of Castle Combo, and then 1 each of Wingspan, Forest Shuffle, Gnome Hollow, Meadow, Quacks, and Sushi Go. On our game day with our friends, we played 2 games each of Mantis, Sequence, and Trinket Trove, and then 1 game each of Acropolis, Azul, Castles of Mad King Ludwig, Garlings, Horrified, and Planet Unknown. And then Michael and I, over the course of the month, we played 1 game of Clever Cubed, 2 of Keystone North America, 7 of Wingspan, and 9 of Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yeah, lots of Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yeah.
So what 2 games have we played more than 4 times?
So the games we played more than 4 times were Wingspan, which we played 7 times, and we've talked about that in detail in our Flosstube number 5. And then our friend Britta, who we mentioned earlier, just talked about it in her video number 2. She talked about, she described it really well. So if you want to hear her take on it. And then the other game we played 9 times was Lost Ruins of Arnak.
So this is the original box. Oh, so you guys can see.
This is a game that we got back in 2020, I think, when it came out, or maybe after it came out. I don't know.
Somewhere around 2020.
Somewhere around 2020.
Somewhere around 2020, but we haven't played it for a long time.
We haven't played it since we moved in the house, so over 3 years, 3.5 years.
Over 3 years, because you had gotten some containers.
I had bought a organizer. Like,
that you put together.
There's fancy organizers you can get for games that help you to organize the bits and pieces of the game. And this was a game that we felt needed that. So I ordered something and put it together, but it just kept falling apart. It
needed to be glued.
I went kind of cheap on the buying. I should have.
It's okay. I mean,
it was fine.
It just didn't stay together. It really needed to be glued.
So it made it even harder to play because then things were everywhere all the time, and
so we didn't play it for.
We didn't play it for 3 years. And then earlier this year, I found out that they were doing a big box for it with organizers inside the box,
which is this box here.
So
you can see how big the box is.
Yeah,
it's a big box.
Yep.
I mean, compared to the other one, just to give you a comparison, like it really is. Oop.
Well, and this is, I think it doesn't cover it all the way. Like, I think there's a base that had part of the outside.
Yeah.
Also,
there's a base.
So it sticks up.
So it sticks up some. Yeah. So it's a really big box they provide, and it's really nice storage.
Yeah. So I ordered it earlier this spring, and it came, I think, right after we got home from Gen Con.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Was when it came. This is a game that we enjoy. We have 3 expansions for it now because this box came with a 3rd expansion. And we have been wanting to pull it out and play because there's a whole campaign that we had never tried.
And it's a cooperative campaign.
Yeah. So the Lost Ruins of Arnak is an adventure game where, well, I guess it's a worker placement game.
It's a worker placement.
Worker placement card.
It's like a deck building worker placement game.
Where you are an adventurer. You are, I guess, an archaeologist.
You're like an archaeologist. I mean, they have slightly different roles, but you're going out to explore like a dungeon island or a
so there's it's like a mystical island that you've heard about in fables, and you're going to
you're doing research essentially.
Yeah, so you're you are kind of discovering places on the island and the guardians who are guarding the things on the island, and you're using the things that you're getting to do research in the temple to try to learn more about this place.
Yeah, so there's like resource management as you're going through, because you get resources and you're either splitting them between more exploring or doing a research track essentially. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's the base game in general is generally competitive. So you're competing against each other.
It's very competitive.
Yeah,
because you're trying to get to a spot before someone else, or you can see that they're getting a bunch of these resources and you know what they're going to do. So you're going to try to.
So you're trying to compete, but it's not really an I got you game where you're stealing stuff from people or stuff. It's really a competitive rather than got you game, which I really liked about it. And the theme is a lot of fun.
Because
we're not really competitive got you kind of games. That's not really our thing. So I know some people really enjoy it, which is fine, but we tend to prefer games that are they're competitive, but not necessarily that kind of a game, or cooperative games, which I was really excited about the cooperative thing that came out with this last expansion because I love cooperative games. And so the cooperative thing, it basically...
Well, then there was the first expansion added like unique players.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can play and you have special abilities that no one else has. And like different actions you can take that are different from everyone else, which we really enjoyed. It added kind of a new layer to the game that we liked. And then... The next expansion was the one that had the story that we never got to play.
Yeah, the storyline we never really played.
And then this 3rd one came out with new cards and a new double-sided board, which we haven't even tried yet.
Yes, we haven't even got to that.
There's more to explore.
So I'm sure we'll be probably playing that maybe this month too.
Yeah, so we did play it. I guess we played it twice just to refresh ourselves on the rules.
Yes, this is the base game, just to go, okay, this is how it actually works.
No frills, no doodads, just to help us remember how do we play this game.
because I mean, going into the story without knowing how to play the base game is probably not a good idea.
And we enjoyed it because like I said, it had been over 3 years since we
three
played
years,
it.
and we enjoyed it before. We knew we liked the game, but we'd forgotten.
So that was fun, and then we dove into the story, and it was so good. It's got 6 different chapters.
6 different chapters.
We ended up playing it 7 times because the first time we were iffy on some of the rules, so we had to replay it. Because I had never played solo, and basically it's a game where you're playing
with the solo
in
component.
Solo mode,
and you can do it for the cooperative campaign. It's either 1 or 2 players. You can't play with more than 2. Which ordinarily the game plays with what, 4 or 5? 4 people. So
we were trying to learn solo rules and the campaign rules at the same time. That made it hard, so we decided to replay the first chapter
because we didn't do that well.
So yeah, we played through all 6 chapters. It tells a story. You use different components of the board. You're flipping the board back and forth. You're adding things on top of it. You're moving things. And it's just a story where you're trying to find a professor who's been lost on the island.
And from what I can tell from the playthrough, it'll be different every time you play through because you'll make different choices, and so that'll have different parts.
Yeah, things that we chose affected things that happened later in the game.
Yeah, so there's that.
And also the setup is a little bit different every time.
The setup's a little different every time. Like I said, there's also stuff in the game we haven't even touched yet. So
it was really challenging. But it was a fun challenge. I think we really liked the puzzliness of trying to figure it out and play a game that we were familiar with at the same time.
And I like that it said, and then even in the direction it says, if you fail, you have the option to go play that scenario again, or you can just keep moving forward if you want to. If you don't really want to keep playing that same scenario, so that's kind of a nice feature. So yeah, they had 2 new characters that we actually played with that.
Yeah, we played through the campaign with 2 characters.
Which were completely different from other characters we played. So it was a lot of fun. The story was great.
There were a lot of twists and turns. We didn't know what was happening or what we were going to find.
Every chapter had something completely new that was not unexpected. So
it was a really fun experience. We played it, I think, over 2 weekends. We played some
of the games 2 weekends.
One weekend and then some of the games another weekend. And that was really great. We like games like that where we can just leave it out on the table for a while and play it several times.
Yeah, kind of like Wingspan.
I know. We did play that sometimes because, things were occurring and we were like, we need comfort gaming again.
I'm almost starting to get in the mood for Spirit Island again at some point because we haven't played that in a long time.
Okay.
But that's also one of those you leave out a while. But yeah, I think we tend to like a lot of games where you leave them out for a while and just play it multiple times.
Yeah, just enjoy it a few times.
So yeah, this was a lot of fun to get back into. It is somewhat complex, so I don't. It is easy to learn, but it's definitely complex. So I don't know, what would you say?
It says ages 12 and up.
It says ages 12 and up. There's definitely a lot of like managing, mental managing stuff, but not too bad to learn overall. The theme is fun.
It's interesting.
Yeah, would you say it's family friendly or?
I mean, I don't know. There's weapons and
monsters and stuff. So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah. So that was our gaming month. I think that was it.
Yeah.
That's the only game we really hadn't talked about yet. That was 4 more times. So if you stayed with us this long, we're grateful for you, and I hope you really enjoyed everything we had to talk about today.
We hope you have the best month that you can.
Yes, have the best month you can.
Take care of yourself.
Enjoy doing the things you love with the people you love. If there's anything we could do, let us know. Please you can message us here or Instagram or whatever. But and otherwise, we will have a wonderful November and see you in about a month, right?
Yeah, we'll have lots to talk about on the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a busy month. So we will see you soon.
Yeah, we love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.